Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Well, we got some space meat for this year's Thanksgiving. But I think we're going to have to wait a week for it to defrost.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the UltraQuest podcast here on the Morphin Network. I'm Mike, Time Rider Zero, your host, and with me is Miguel, that blue dinosaur guy. Not just this blue dinosaur guy, not just this blue dinosaur guy, that blue dinosaur guy. That's the blue dinosaur guy we need this week. How are you doing, Miguel?
I'm doing quite well.
Well, I'm glad to hear. And we want to say happy Thanksgiving week to all of the lovely audiences here on the Morphin Network visiting us on the live chat. This is the first of 3 videos we're doing this week. So we got Tuesday and Wednesday. We moved Blazar to Monday so that we can move King Ogre to Tuesday. So that you guys can enjoy your Thanksgiving meal with all your friends and family. Maybe have turkey at tofu instead of turkey made from tofu.
Yeah.
All right, and today we are discussing Ultraman Blazar episode 11, Escape. Well, we got ourselves another 2-parter. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Glad to see another one show up not long after the other.
Yeah. I mean, we did have 2 standalone episodes since the previous one, and they were pretty good ones. Planet of Music and Parent and Child. And I love that we're getting some very good development from here.
Oh yeah.
I would say this is a Gento focused episode again, but I'd say it's more of a Blazar focused episode than a Gento focused episode because they are kind of 2 separate entities, more or less, as we figure out. But, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, let us know what you guys thought of the episode. Be sure to comment to us while we're live. If you do, your comments will be displayed right here at the bottom to be immortalized for all future audiences to see while watching this video. So what are your initial thoughts on this episode when you first watched it?
Well, I was watching it, I was thinking, okay, we're starting to see Blazar and Ultraman and Gento are more like their own separate entities, and we're starting to kind of see them bicker with one another more instead of always kind of being in agreement on things.
Yeah, I stand by what I said before. Yugi versus Mai at Duelist Kingdom.
Yeah.
Because it's like, but look, Yugi, you're making amateur moves against the Hoppy Slaves. Let me take care of it. No, you're just gonna make Mai try to commit suicide, just like Seto Kaiba did. But that was just Seto Kaiba. He just wants to rescue Mokuba and fail. He could have relied on us to be his friends, but he chose not to. Yeah, but still, you know what, guys? I'm tired of you guys complaining to each other, so I surrender.
Yeah.
My Valentine. So much potential, so greatly squandered.
Yeah,
not gonna lie though. Oh, you know what else this episode is very similar to? Alien X from Ben 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Alien X requires unanimous consent between the 3 minds inside Alien X's body in order for it to do anything. And there was even a joke in Omniverse where it's like, well, okay, how about this? Why don't we all agree to let me take full control over Alien X's body so I could leave the 2 of you alone to continue arguing with each other? Agreed. And it's funny because Way Big is also an Ultraman reference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's crazy is the original Way Big is a reference to the original Ultraman, but Ultimate Way Big from Ultimate Alien is a reference to Tiga. So it's like a little Ichigo Kuga type of thing going on. Reiwa did not exist yet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So everyone's just confused by what happened in the previous episode because Ultraman was all like, "Ah, the claw! No one can stop the claw!"
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's almost Thanksgiving. It's the appropriate time to do a liar liar reference.
It is.
Yeah. But expect at least one Sam Raimi reference sometime this week because Spider-Man is a Thanksgiving movie.
Yep.
Because they do, because even Green Goblin's gonna carve that turkey, and then Aunt May's house.
Now we just need to fit in planes, trains, and automobiles somewhere.
Riding with the devil.
Yeah.
I forgot Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was a Thanksgiving movie. It feels way too Christmassy, but I blame it on the fact that it takes place in the same city as Home Alone. The houses even look similar, even though they're actually not the same house.
And they both have John Candy.
John Candy, goddamn it, John Candy! I love that guy. Mom a ride, just like he gave Steve Martin a ride.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was another good movie with John Candy, Uncle Buck.
Yes, that was a great one.
Yeah. I wonder, is that one considered a Christmas movie? I know Macaulay Culkin is in it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Man, Macaulay Culkin and John Candy are in a lot of movies together. It just occurred to me. That's crazy. It's like Samuel Jackson, Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did a lot of movies together. Kong Skull Island, that weird unicorn movie. Captain Marvel, The Marvels.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. But yeah, so in all confusion, it's like, what is Ultraman? Like, is he a friend? Is he an enemy? He interfered with a mission, but it's like there's two people arguing with him. Like, he needed to flip a coin, but he dropped it, so he had to play RPS with Dr. Phil, but then lost. Then he had to get one of those fortune teller things from his niece. So now he's gonna marry Nick Jonas. What's going on here?
That's what I want to know. Huh?
Yeah, but on the subject of Nick Jonas, there's a meteorite crashing towards Earth, and if you're wondering what does this have to do with Nick Jonas? Because shut up. But yeah, there's a meteorite heading towards Earth, and there's suspicion that it might actually be a kaiju. I'm like, really? It doesn't seem like we would have just a meteorite. There's always some kind of kaiju subtext when anything strange going on meteorologically. I mean, we got rainbows, turns out it's a kaiju. We got rain, turns out it's a kaiju. We have an earthquake, guess what? It's a kaiju. Oh, nuclear power grid outage, guess what? It's a kaiju.
Mm-hmm.
Blame it on the kaiju. The kaiju are the decade of the series. Oh, no, they kaiju.
Pretty much. Or like the South Park movie would use if we were in the South Park movie, blame Canada, blame Canada.
Wait. Oh, you know that? Yeah, someone should make a parody song. Brave Decado, Brave Decado, oh, yeah. Decado. But in the end, it was Agatha all along.
Oh yeah.
Who is an agent of the bowler hat guy from King Oger, which we've established is an agent of chaos, while the Green Morphin Master is an agent of order. Two of them, a perpetual struggle for the soul of good and evil throughout the cosmos. Cricket bowler hat guy. Is there no depths he wouldn't stoop to? But yeah, so the latest thing that was sent by Bowler Hat Guy is, well, it's kind of obvious that it's an Echinodermata themed kaiju, more specifically an Asteroida. I just got through a joke. Asteroida. It's an asteroid. It's a sea star. Asteroida.
Yep, now I get it.
You wouldn't expect a sea star to become an asteroid, and yet here we go. Echinodermata Asteroida. I can't believe I had to go. Let's see. 10 years to make that joke. 10 years to make that joke. I learned about Echinodermata for the sole purpose of making this joke 10 years later. Personally, insects are still more fun, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially Sphodromantis viridis, particularly of the yellow variety, perhaps in a human form, perhaps a planet where robotic insecta are considered gods, perhaps on a flowery field, perhaps with a gallant white butler with a yellow rose. Sailor Moon. Gotta love how like you got this character who's he just shows up, throws a rose on the ground, says one line of motivational speech, and leaves, and somehow that makes all the difference.
Pretty much.
You know who makes none of the difference? Earth Garon.
Earth Garon.
I feel bad for him because, like, I'm gonna be real with you. He looks adorable at this angle. It makes me a little sad that he gets nothing done. Poor Earth. Poor Earthy. He's so cute, but he's not gonna get anything done. Oh, we have another special guest, by the way. We have the guest from the first episode we did, Steve Vasquez. How are you doing?
Hey, how y'all doing? It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. Now we got the full squad here. We got red, black, and blue, and ultra all over.
It's good to see you again, Michael. It's been a very long time. My apologies for not being. It's been very busy on my side.
Of course. But, you know, like, my two ultra buddies are right here to do this podcast. I know the two of you have met before at various conventions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about how we have an Asteroida as an asteroid.
Oh, yeah. I actually did see that episode a while back. I was refreshing myself, and I was like,
Yeah, but, you know, it does feel sad, though, that Earth Garon is just relatively useless so far.
Can we give the metal Barney dinosaur a fucking break, please? I'm like, he looks so cool, but I'm like, you're no Dinozenon, really.
You're no Rizeros.
No. You're not even a Dragon Caesar at this point.
No.
It just occurred to me the other day how you got two green sixth rangers and both of them use musical instruments to control their Zords.
We're talking about just Dragon Caesar and
the Ninja Storm Mammoth.
Oh yeah.
I swear
that's just a thing. Well, at least it kind of broke with that. Most Six Rangers and dinosaur teams they just have some special weapon, not a flute.
Yeah.
They need to bring it back though.
Yeah. No, I like the idea of having a musical instrument as a weapon. I mean, like, say what you will about the last 15 episodes, but Kamen Rider Hibiki had some really fun moments. Mainly Todoroki. I love Todoroki.
Yeah.
He's our sweet, precious idiot. but he's our sweet precious idiot.
Isn't it always?
Yeah, but speaking of electrical, turns out this asteroid has an EMP ability. So yeah, like run, poor Dino Boy, run! It makes me sad to see Earth Garon run away so fast. And somehow he still can get away.
Did he need his mouth to open slightly as he was running, like he's gasping for air?
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of like Charizard when he's running with his tail behind, like.
Yeah. Also, this is a very interesting monster. It's very starfish looking in a way.
Yeah.
Although I was like, so we're not giving it the eyes on the face, we're getting the eyes in the chest area. It's very very googly, very that's a stupid monster, but it's quite intimidating. Imagine seeing that thing coming down a hall and chasing you.
Oh yeah, and we get a nice number of close-up shots.
Oh god.
Now, here's the gross part about Asteroida. Their mouth and their anal cavity is literally the same cavity.
That'd be for the starfish anatomy, right?
Yeah, They both eat and poop from the same hole at the center of their body. And another thing that's interesting is that each arm possesses a different organ system. So like instead of having respiratory and circulatory over here, digestive down here, nervous up here, muscular everywhere. No, it's like digestive, reproductive, respiratory, nervous. It's like
well, you can't shove everything in one place. I mean, it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah,
but it's interesting how comparted Echinodermata anatomy is compared to a mammal anatomy, because I mean, it honestly, we mammals have much more practical organ systems. Obviously, I mean that's why we're the dominant class, and we're also human, so we're even more. But Echinodermata, it's very interesting how it's like they're just compartmentalized in different areas like that. So it is kind of weird how it's like walking around on two of its legs, and most people would incorrectly put its facial features on one of its 5 legs because it's like, oh, its head is like right over here, even though its head is actually right here.
Well, it's kind of crazy with this certain series of Ultraman. There's been more aquatic or more like aquatic-based monsters in this series more than I've seen in the past years. We had 3 or 4 ocean-based, fish-based monsters already in this one, between episodes 1 and 11, not including the asteroid starfish.
We had a lobster monster, an eel monster. Let's see.
Someone's been doing their homework though. They've been actually getting them right in terms of anatomy wise.
Yeah.
Sounds like they came out with them at the sushi buffet.
Yeah.
Well, when you're after work and you go with your boss, the stereotypical thing of a Japanese businessman, it's like, what do we got? What can we create this season? They must have been at the sushi bar.
Yeah.
They must have been at the sushi bar hitting the Sapporo too much to be like, that could be a kaiju.
Funny you say that, because Sapporo has really good land meat like beef and pork.
I've had it. I've had it. Super tasty.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I would love for Ultraman writers to get some Wagyu instead. Just make let's make a bunch of monsters based on Bovidae. We could get a bull, an ox, a cattle, a bison, a buffalo, an ebax, whatever goats are.
They could go to the Korean barbecue for that.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a giant starfish with EMT powers chasing the robotic Barney.
Yeah. It's so cute and so sad, but do you know who's even more sad? The head of SCARD, because the head of the GGF is like overseeing, and he's like, you better get some new plans on my desk, because so far your plan has been just like, I'm not impressed. I gave you so much funding, and this is what I'm getting. Your giant robot is like running away like a Charmander from a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
You better create a giant robotic Venus toy so you're fired.
Yeah, the special forces have not been very special. I mean,
Yeah.
in any Ultra series, you know, it's like it's always Ultraman that comes in and saves the day, while everyone else is just like, oh yeah, hey, we had that, I guess, but not really.
Yeah, it's like,
Nope.
I mean, that's what I've been wondering about, like the Ultra series, as I've been trying to like watch Blazar, because it's like how involved are those special forces, whether it's Guts or like the original Ultraman special forces, like how much do they like actively contribute to helping out the squad, because it seems like Ultraman does all the work for the most part.
I know in the original Ultraman and Ultra 7, like they were a part of the squad, obviously.
Yeah.
And they would do research on the monster.
Right.
So they would, you know, study it and then look at it and be like, oh, hey, because Ultraman would fight and then he would lose and disappear. And then it's like, oh, now I see what happened. I have to do this instead of going at it like, you know, what Blazar was doing.
Right.
But of course, like with this one, it's like, no, they're pretty much just action based, which I'm like, all right, typical military. They're not doing their research until later.
Right. Like Teraraki and maybe Emmy do a bit of research like off screen, but it seems like freaking Earth Garon just can't catch a break.
I mean,
Like, I know there was like an earlier. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, it's basically like hold them off until Ultraman gets there.
it says the same thing. Wait till Goku gets here to do something.
See, like that's why Dragon Ball Superhero is one of the best Dragon Ball movies in the last, let's say, 15 years, because it's always been, let's wait for Goku to get here. But this is the one movie where Goku's not here to help you. So it's just Piccolo and Gohan.
As it should be.
As it should be. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, you know what really annoyed me about the Buu saga is the fact that like we went from Gohan being the main character to just, oh yeah, you know, like, I'm gonna tap out, Goku, you do your thing. It's like, my Goku's work is never done, is it?
Nope.
And like it's a shame too, because like when you watch like the actual like opening intro for like the Buu saga, you got
Gohan up front.
Goten and Trunks all the way on the sides, and you got Vegeta and Piccolo closer to the middle, and Gohan like front and center. Like it's like this is supposed to be like Gohan's era. Like Gohan's the new leader of the Z Fighters. It's all him with Vegeta and Piccolo, like they're backing him up. And just in case, we got the little ones. Just in case, we got the little ones. But no, it's like Goku's. Like, we didn't even get Vegito saving the day. It was just Goku, while Hercule's like, hey guys, I need you guys to make a spirit bomb. Well, if Hercule says so, then okay. I don't know who this Goku guy is. Sounds like the name of someone who probably won a tournament once or twice. But hey, if Hercule says so, let's give him our energy.
That's pretty much with Ultraman right now, because again, the past defense teams have always had something to do with, the defeat of the monster. Whereas in this one, it's like not even.
Yeah, it's like even with Kamen Rider Kuga, which has a similar dynamic, at least everyone's working their butts off 24/7 trying to understand the Grongi, trying to understand the Arkle, trying to like give Yusuke the medical attention. They went out of their way to build the Tri-Chaser. They're like, okay, we're gonna meet you halfway, so we can hand you a random hand pistol so that you can use your Pegasus form. There you go, Yusuke, go get it. Spirit gun.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but like, Yu Yu Hakusho live action's coming out soon. I had to make that shameless plug. And
There
yes, we are going to review that when we get
excited.
to it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope that both of you will be available to do that on the Buttery Show, our sister channel. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to it. But yeah, so yeah, incapacitated is Earth Garon, so you know the drill. But of course, this time, Gento's a little hesitant. This time he's a little hesitant.
Well, what happened in the last episode, obviously.
The claw! Yeah. This pen is red!
I think just seeing the fact that, like last episode, it was not all kaiju are out to destroy mankind.
Yeah.
Some of them are just trying to peacefully coexist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did find the comments to be very interesting last time because there's sort of like two different ways of looking at sort of thing, because it's not quite clear. Like, was Gento trying to stop Blazar from killing the kaiju, or was Blazar trying to stop Gento from killing the kaiju? Like, that wasn't made completely clear in the previous episode, and honestly, I kind of like that openness to interpretation.
Well, they kind of answered in this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, since Ultraman doesn't speak in Japanese like Gento does.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we do get a fight scene, but of course, like, Blazar is struggling because, he can't control himself.
Well, when you got two personalities on one body, I mean, it kind of shows. It's like one side is the Blazar and the plain side is probably Ginta.
Yeah.
And as always, we don't. At that point, we didn't know, but now it was made clear what was going on. It's Blazar that is trying to save everyone and trying to look at things differently. Whereas, like, again, in the last episode, he tried to. They were trying to kill the kaiju, but it's like the Blazar side was like, no, just stop, no. It's kind of seeing like more that the human side is more like prone to action than actually thinking it out. Right.
No, like what made it the most confusing was the fact that Gento's son was telling him, it's like, I know you're trying to protect everyone from kaiju, but the kaiju is trying to do the same thing for its babies. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, whether it was Gento that was listening to his son, or was it Blazar listening to Gento's son?
That's a flip of a coin right there. But I kind of note that it's always the red and blue side is the one that's stopping the gray side. I kind of say that the red and blue is more Blazar than it is Gento.
Right. I mean, another way I would think of it is like one of them's red, the other one's blue. Because
kind of like the red only, blue only Japanese mythology, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like when you look at some design, it almost does look like a DNA helix.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I've heard about that.
Yeah, so I do wonder if it's like, Gento's red and Blazar's blue, or vice versa. But that's stuff we can like look into once the series progresses more. But Blazar is struggling. Not even his plasma spears are working against the giant asteroid. But I do wonder, like, why doesn't he try that whole rainbow buzzsaw thing? Did he really?
I don't think they brought it out to, no, not this episode.
Yeah.
He went for the old spear.
Yeah. but it does it honestly, like, I do find the contrast between this and Garamon to be very interesting, because like it seems like one is an unstoppable force while the other is an immovable object.
Kind of seem like that, yeah.
It's a giant rock, so
Yeah, because like Garamon, it's like its body's almost completely impenetrable, while this asteroid, like its EMP is like there's no defense against that. So immovable object, unstoppable force. That's a really nice contrast. Hint, 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 hint.
That's they're gonna have to pull out the whole shoot the photon torpedoes down the exhaust shaft for this one, I believe.
Yeah.
Thick high.
Luckily the exhaust shaft is right in the middle.
Yeah. But I'm like, you got to get that poor bastard to open his mouth. And how are you going to do that?
Maybe feed it some turnips, like the Power Rangers did. Actually, that would be kind of funny and sad at the same time, because of the fact that it's like, imagine if. I know it's a juvenile joke, but actually try to imagine if the asteroid had tried to eat some Taco Bell.
Oh God!
Don't worry, Stephanie. Normally would not be going down 60 miles per hour down the wrong way of a one-way street. Now apply the brakes, pull it in reverse, extend your arm, extend your middle finger. Well done, Stephanie. Well done.
We also like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Grubhub, today.
Oh, I did not want to sponsor them.
They're also being sponsored by Taco Bell. Thank you, Taco Bell and Grubhub, for sponsoring today's episode.
Unintentionally,
not consensually. Do not let your giant space starfish eat it, though. It may result in exploding EMTs. I just love how it kind of left on a cliffhanger, and that's the thing that I was kind of like, oh, well, this is kind of a short episode that not much happened. It's left on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, no, I legit struggle try to like procure just 12 screenshots just to like pad out the time of this episode. But yeah, no, he's struggling.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling. This is a big boy, so obviously. But it's kind of like we're just seeing him, and then finally he just like, nope, I'm not gonna win, and so he runs away. That's one thing we did not. He runs away. Ultraman runs away.
Yeah, and Gento's just like lying in the forest, just like any shonen protagonist. But I will say this: I liked it better in Time Ranger because it was raining.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Akiba Rangers for like referencing that episode. And I love those moments where on Tokusatsu, you happen to like. You happen to turn the TV on. Oh, it's like, oh look, they're playing Time Ranger, and it's that very episode of Time Ranger where he collapses on the floor while it's raining. It's perfect, so perfect. Like turning on Kids Forever, Kids Forever, and you end up on that episode of Mighty Morphin where Kimberly has to land an airplane.
Wow. That was an early episode. Oh yeah.
I have not thought of that one in a long time.
That is the best Kim episode, in my opinion. At least in season 1. And so it's nightfall, and we get another EMP attack.
Nighttime in downtown Tokyo. That's gotta suck, man.
Yeah.
You just imagine you're about to score the high score in some video game in Akihabara, and next thing you know, power goes out.
Yeah, where's Shinken Green when you need him? Because like we all know, he's out there playing Tekken. Okay, so what are you guys' likes and dislikes for this episode? Steve, why don't you go first?
I think it just kind of boiled down to if they had done a little bit more research on this thing and realized, I don't know why the military is getting so upset at the defense forces, because I'm like, did you not see the giant EMT that came out? It's pretty much, it's unstoppable. Like, oh yeah, Earth Girl on any type of tech would have not worked. And the fact that it's like, yeah, they're getting mad at them. Like, dude, did you not just see the giant like spirit bomb blast of energy that shut off the damn machine?
Yeah.
Like, what did you expect them to do at that point?
I would say, if anything, they should have just completely turned off Earth Garon, let the impact of the EMT take over, and then turn it back on, because electrical devices should not be affected by an EMP while they're turned off. It's only when they're turned on are they permanently fried. Yeah,
it fries them. But I guess it's just how the military was going about it. I'm like, you're looking at this as like, yeah, what options did you guys have? You didn't do much research. I know it just appeared, but of course it's a kaiju. It's an Ultraman show. Of course it's a kaiju. What else would it be?
Of course, it's like it was a kaiju all along.
Austin.
Yeah. I do like Asteroida's design, though. I think it's very, very like going back to the old 70s shows of just how simple and but very creepy how it looks and the sounds that it makes.
Yeah, I think it's the asymmetry. I think the asymmetry.
Those googly eyes that it has. It's just like looking. I'm like, oh, don't look at me. Give me Bazonga again. That was actually symmetrical. This thing is just all over the dang place.
Yeah, I'll even settle for Canon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How about you, Miguel? What are your likes and dislikes for this episode?
I did like how we're starting to kind of see more of like Blazar himself and Gento starting to butt heads and dealing with the kaiju. But overall, it did kind of seem like it felt like it was dragging, and yeah, kind of like the military wasn't really had like a rational like reaction to like Earth Garon failing against the kaiju. Like, yeah, it's going up against a kaiju with an EMP. What do you expect it to do?
Yeah. No, I agree with you guys. And the thing is, it's like the whole point of making Scarred is that, as the D in Scarred suggests, it's a detachment. It's supposed to be a team of experts that should not be questioned by the higher brass. And yet, here they are being questioned by the higher brass. It's like, why are they running away? What are they doing? Are these guys idiots? Well, gee, how much experience do you, Mr. Head of the GGF, have with fighting kaiju? Because these guys have been fighting kaiju for 3 months.
Yeah, like none of it counts. None of it like matters. It's like they gotta do. No. What are you guys talking about? I mean, stick to what you guys know. Why are you questioning the professionals who are putting themselves on the line every day?
That's like freaking Henri was on top of a giant kaiju's back. Emmy was almost drowned by the gelatinous body of one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Yasunobu had to deal with a couple people that were telling him, "Hey, your washing machine is angry at you for venting to it all the time."
Oh yeah, that's psychological damage.
Yeah.
Psychological damage.
They must have like amazing health care with everything they go through. I
think the person that was the least affected was Teraraki, because he had almost no focus episodes.
No, he's just there. He's just there.
Like
or he's always. I mean, there are times he's in Earth Garon, but it's like it's always the girls who are there in there. I'm like, So I'm guessing that chivalry is not here because like the ladies should be the ones. Well, I'm not trying to be that person. I'm like, why are they piloting the giant robot and being in the front and the head of the lines? And what are you guys doing?
It's a trade-off. They get the cool toys, and we look good.
It's to say that Earth Garon is also a girl's toy. It could also be for girls too.
Yeah, Well, but also I do need to correct you though. Emmy has yet to have been inside the Earth Garon. Well, she hasn't piloted Earth Garon yet. She was inside of it during the training montage.
Yes.
But she's never actually piloted it.
That's on me. That's on me. I take that one.
I do find that a little bit interesting, but also it does also make sense that she would be the one that's the least frequently inside of it because of the fact that she's a field operative. So it makes more sense that she's like outside, in the side, using a bazooka, trying to distract someone so that Earth Garon can finally get a clean shot. But I also still laugh at the fact that the one time Earth Garon was actually winning a fight, it was being the bully. Earth Garon
really needs to have a shining episode. It really does, because sometimes I'm just like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, both Earth Garon and Teruaki.
They need to have.
Yeah,
they need a redemption.
The most Teruaki got was he got to talk to the professor in Rainbow Appears Part 2, while Earth Garon, the most it got to do is just throw a silo that had nitrox. So, here's hoping. So, final question. What score would you guys give this episode out of 10? And why? Miguel, why don't you go first this time?
I'd probably give it I'd say an 8 out of 10. I mean, it does kind of progress things. I mean, we're starting to kind of see, like with Ultraman, with Gento and Blazar's story. But overall, it's just kind of a lot of padding. Like, it leaves things on a cliffhanger. So we don't really have a resolution yet until the next episode.
Mm-hmm. All right. Steve, how about you?
I'm gonna give it a 5 for right now, because this episode is more about, it's a two-parter, like we have this established that it left on a cliffhanger. Yeah. So it's like you have to watch both episodes to really get the feel for the story of what's going on.
Right.
So once that's all resolved, and the confrontation that started from last episode is still there. I don't think we're going to get much with Earth Garon yet. That is still to be resolved, but I think we'll see. I give it a 5 for right now, just because of the cliffhanger.
See, I'd have to go somewhere in the middle with you guys, because this was a serviceable episode, but it was lacking to some extent because it was a 2-part episode. It's kind of like how I can excuse Game of Thrones season 7 for being lackluster compared to season 6, because it's supposed to set things up for season 8, which is supposed to be awesome, but then when you actually watch season 8, it's terrible. So it's like the leeway you try to give season 7 kind of goes away. So for this episode, I have to give it a 8, low 8, high 7, just because it's it sets up some good stuff, but it just feels like very little actually happened in the episode. And we've had better episodes so far.
We have.
Yeah. Hopefully next episode things will, peak back up. So let us know what you guys in the audience thought of this episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What score would you give it? Let's see. Thanksgiving turkey, more like Thanksgiving sea star. Oh God, I hope not.
That'll be you're chewing. Yeah, that's a lot of chewing right there. If you got the Thanksgiving
barely any meat in sea stars. Yeah. Cycle Orange says, "Hello, hey, how you doing?
Hey, what are you doing, Orange?"
Dark Keeper 783 also says hello. How are you?
Hello, Keeper.
Wizo, who should be dead by this point because we already did episode 7. Hello, how are you doing, Wizo?
How are you, Wizo?
There's some dialogue. Yeah. Let's see. There is more dialogue. I guess they're just role playing at that point. Okay. Okay. So that's just basically it for the comments. There's a lot of them, but it's just some role play between some of the viewers. fun.
So it's like a
Hope you
Persona
guys are
5
having fun with
cutscene.
that. But I guess that's it for the objective comments. So
I mean, this
no,
episode
thank
was full of
all
padding,
4 of you
so
for
yeah.
commenting to our live stream. Yeah. So I guess our chat box also has to go through a lot of padding.
Whoop, we lost Mike.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Yep.
Oh boy.
Looks like his internet.
Sorry about that. The internet's really weird right now. But yeah, a lot of padding.
EMT disruption.
Yeah, it's EMT.
Oh.
It's Venjix. It's Evok.
They're both the same person.
It's the Noto. It's the Space Bugs.
Yeah.
It's the Chemis.
It's all the people getting online to play their video games before Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It really does feel weird that there's no Pokemon game released this week. Because usually there is a game released on Thanksgiving weekend.
Nothing I know of.
No, there is this year. Which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying it does feel weird because I'm just so used to like a new game coming out like the Thursday before Thanksgiving. So I guess that means we get to focus more on playing Guitar Hero, Taika no Tatsujin, Dark Souls, and actually cooking in the kitchen.
That's what I'll be doing in the next couple days.
All right. And with that said, guys, we hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, hitting the bell icon at the bottom of the screen to stay notified for latest videos. Typically, we do Ultraman on Tuesdays, 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Pacific and Eastern. Wednesdays, Kamen Rider Godchart, 7:30, 10:30. Same time, Thursdays, we got Osama Sentai King Oger. Saturday, we got Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, and then we're finishing off Kamen Rider Amazons on Sundays. But this week, because it's Thanksgiving, we're doing Osama Sentai King Oger on Tuesday, 7:30, 10:30. And Kamen Rider Godchart at a regular scheduled time. No Cosmic Fury this week. We're sorry. We want to make sure you guys make the most of the weekend. But Sunday we are coming back with the final video we're doing on Kamen Rider Amazons, the movie Last Judgment. I can't wait to finally finish with that series.
Hold on, champ. You're almost there.
Amazon. Okay. You can please also check out our sister channel, Buttery Show, where we do movie reviews and video game news. This guy helped us with One Piece. This guy helped us with a bunch of video games and anime as well. So at some point, the three of us should actually do Cowboy Bebop and Yu Yu Hakusho. Let's see. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally should.
I'd be down with that.
All right, and if you want to check out our personal content, you can find Miguel at.
You can find me on Instagram. On Instagram at that blue dinosaur guy.
Awesome, and you could find Steve.
I have my own Facebook at Steve Vasquez, but also on Instagram for the Sin Prince at Instagram as well. That's where I do all my art and several stories.
Nice. And you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kawato and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKawato. With all that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and be super grateful and hugative to your loved ones, friends, and family alike. Don't eat too much of that Thanksgiving turkey so you don't get sick the next morning. And make sure you stay extra safe if you decide to go shopping this Friday, because it is the annual shopping games. May the prices be ever in your favor. Actually, this year is the 99th annual shopping games. So not
also
only
be safe if you're working that day.
Oh yeah, be safe if you're working at any of those stores, because you guys are in our hearts.
Always.
Yeah, and yeah, I can't believe it. Next year will not only be the fourth quarter quell of the shopping games, but will also be the centennial shopping game. May the price be ever in your favor. Until next time, Miguel, you want to close us out?
Well, we all know Sonic the Hedgehog refuses to smoke weed because whenever he takes a hit, he loses all his rings.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Internet.